What do you know about polygamy or poly? Any of the poly alternative relationship choices? Well, let me tell you about my experience. But first, a disclaimer. This is not for the immature, the emotionally weak, the insecure, or anyone that lacks in self esteem. This is my safe space over here. And if you're going to listen, listen and don't judge. Okay, some time ago, I was at an event and I ran into an old high school mate. But before I ran into him, I spotted him from afar. And so something inside of me told me to go ahead and approach him. I kind of knew who he was, but he looked very different from when we were in high school, okay? Of course, we are big ages now. So I approached him slowly. But let me tell you this. He was very attractive to me from afar. I mean, the look, I am definitely attracted to his look. So I approached him slowly and then I tapped him on his arm because he is tall. And I asked, "Hey, do you remember me?" And he looked at me for a second and he said, "Hell yeah. What's up, Aisha?" And we hugged and we had a little chit chat and we were just laughing and smiling at one another. And it was cool, right? And so he stared at me for a minute and he made the statement, "Oh, I like the fact that you're natural." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Many women are." And he said, "No, many women aren't." He was like, "Who else out here has locks?" And he was right about that. But then he continued to, ask questions and make statements. And, he asked me about my meat intake. And I said, "Well, if you're talking about the meat that you eat, chew, and swallow, it would be zero because I'm a vegan." And so we continue to, converse. And it seemed like many of our lifestyle choices aligned. So he was extra excited. And the reason why I said excited is because of how he was looking at me, how he was touching me. He's very touchy-feely, very much touchy-feely. Hugging on me. And, I'm short. So it was, anyway. And so he began to tell me about his life, just volunteering all of this information. "Hey, I have a queen at home. I have children and blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, yay. I'm very excited for him. Happy to hear that he's happy. He's found someone to build a life with. And, I'm just congratulating him. Yeah, good, good, good. And so he continued to tell me things about his life. And I'm like, "Why are you telling me all of this?" Like, I appreciate and it's very refreshing to, you know, talk to a man that is so transparent and open to sharing his life. But I was wondering why. We hadn't seen each other in over 30 years and he was just forthcoming with all of this information. So eventually he got around to it. And he said, "Aisha, I need you." "You need me?" "For what?" And so he said, "I need you, baby." Mm. Listen, when that man says, "baby," makes you want to pause. Everything stops. The world stops. The world stops, baby. The world, okay? And so I'm listening. You need me for what again? Then you say you have a queen at home? Yeah, baby, but I want you too. Me? Now, I have been in situations before where men thought that they could have me in addition to their wives, and that never, 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 ever happens, okay? But this situation was different. Now, I didn't know what I was getting into at that moment. But as he continued to talk, I kind of figured out where we were going, right? And so he asked me if he could take a picture of me. And I declined. No, don't take a picture of me. For what? So I can send it to my queen. Oh, no, no, no. Why does she need to see me? I don't want to see her. And so he was like, no, baby, let me just take this picture. I know she gonna think that you are just as beautiful as I do and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Why would she think that I'm beautiful? I mean, I think women are beautiful too. Yeah, but in this particular case, why is that necessary? Why do you need to get her opinion about me? Anyway, I said no, but I think he took a snapshot. Yeah. And he sent it to his queen. And from what I can remember, I think she gave me the thumbs up or gave him the thumbs up. Okay. Like, go forth and conquer. So he continued to talk his talk, baby. And he knows how to run that game. Let me tell you. Full of swag, gift of gab. In his former life, I'm sure he was a pimp. Okay. If you are weak in any way, you was gonna give in, because I felt a little weakness myself. Felt my legs tremble a little bit, trying to give out, but not quite. Okay. So we continued to converse, and I figured out, I'm like, oh, you a polygamist? And so he did not confirm that. As a matter of fact, he does not subscribe to any labels, and I get that because I don't either. And so he was just like, baby, I just want what I want. Okay? Basically, that was his response. I want what I want, and I get what I want. Okay. So I was against it the whole time. No, he's so touchy-feely. He don't know how to let you just stand next to him without him touching you in some kind of way, and I love it. I love it. Anyway, I had to end up leaving, so he walked me to the car, and he's so attentive. He's such a gentleman, very caring. And so he continued to talk his talk all the way to the car. And even when we got to the car, he was like, please call me and make sure you get home, blah, 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 blah. Call me too, so I can make sure that you get home. And, he had to hug me goodbye. I think he kissed me on my forehead or something like that, or whatever. And I'm like, now I know you, but I don't know you like that. Okay? We are just getting reacquainted. What? You are kissing me and stuff, but not on my mouth, but it was very respectful. Fast forward, that evening, I did not reach out. Oh, we did exchange numbers. That evening, I didn't contact him to let him know that I was home. So he reached out to me. Baby, you didn't call me. I just wanted to know if you made it home safely. Yes, I did. Thank you for asking. Blah, blah, blah. Good night. Oh, but it was so good seeing you again. Baby, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Next day. Communication on high. Talking, texting, GIFs. I mean, you know, he's not a really big texter. What he does is he sends audio messages, which I kind of like now, right? The GIFs. I mean, the GIFs really painted a picture, baby. He is very sensual. I called him lustful. He hates that though. But oh my God. He will take you there. Mentally, he will take you there. And so I was kind of caught up because I had been inside for a long time and I was just getting back outside. Just stepping onto the concrete. You know what I'm saying? And here we go. I see him. Haven't been outside long. I was trying to, you know, get my bearings back. My bearings. And he came along and, oh my God. But let me tell you, this is just part one. Stay tuned for part two when I tell you what happened on our first encounter as far as us seeing each other again outside of our initial meeting after 3 decades, okay, plus.